Apparently, Russia isn't too happy with the UK and France talking about having troops on the ground after there is peace. They're saying that that would be, well, they wouldn't be protected and would be treated as targets if they did so. That didn't kind of make sense in the response. And this is coming from the Kremlin, that is. Well, because if there was peace, who would you be fighting? That's one. Two, they made it seem like basically that it's not their fight. They got no business being there. It has nothing to do with them. That one doesn't make sense either. And the reason I say that is because, well, just like Russia views the encroachment of NATO as a threat, NATO views Russia encroaching into the Ukraine and taking land as a threat as well. So both sides could argue that. So then it doesn't, to me, if you weren't involved on either side, it doesn't actually appear that he could really say that because they're taking the same approach as him. The way I see it, or not him, but Russia itself, because this is coming from the Kremlin, to be fair. I think what they want is that they secure the peace. They want to be able to secure that. And they want to be able to train Ukrainians. That sounds like, well, that's more of an influence thing. If the UK and France come in, that could potentially influence Ukrainians more to the NATO side. This is about influence. Just like they've lost influence in Venezuela, they don't want to lose influence where they are now. So I understand that. This didn't seem as strongly worded as what they normally say. I do think, even though I don't believe Putin wants peace and wants to long us out as much as possible, I do think they're kind of not giving up, but they're probably accepting they ain't going to last forever. Because it's funny, Russia's powerful, but not like the U.S. I mean, look at all the wars the U.S. is in. The only problem the U.S. is managing the exit strategy. That's the biggest problem of the U.S. You can come in and invade stuff in weeks, take out places in a year. But as far as exit strategy, the U.S. never seems to think of that. And that's the problem. Which is kind of ironic because when it comes to Venezuela, Trump staying there. Not Trump, but the U.S. standing there and working with the government is trying to stop that very thing. I know I digressed a little bit. But that's where we are currently with Ukraine and Russia. I'll holler at y'all.